This is Gridlok, and you're watching Womp TV!
I am Ryan Gridlok. I am from California. Been living on the north, been living on the south, and back on the north. You know, LA is where it's at. When you're down there, you feel a lot of energy and people in the music scene that you can vibe off of, and you know, it's really a mecca for the entertainment industry. San Francisco is like kind of where you come up and hide out and just get in the studio and let the fog get in, concentrate on the beats, basically. Two different kinds of productivity, you know, like I met a lot of cool people and got involved in some side projects and stuff, like did some hip hop and met some really dope artists and dope producers and stuff like that. It's like, you know, that's totally a different flavor than up here. You know, up here it's more about like someone from England will be on tour and they stop off in San Francisco and I kidnap them for 2 weeks and we go in the dungeon, you know what I mean? It's like a completely different thing. Well, basically, I've always been on the lookout for like child prodigy or something like that, you know, like just like raw energy that needs to be put somewhere. That excites me, you know? A lot of times if it's somebody you've never heard of or it's just a blind thing, like someone's spamming you their tune, it's really just not ready. You know what I mean? There's a natural progression to things. Like if your friends are hearing it and it's that good, like it's gonna drip to everyone. People are gonna be like, oh, have you heard of this guy, blah, blah, blah. You know, unless you live in my town and you're a friend of my friend, like you're so far out of my life that if it's gotten to me directly from you and I haven't heard about it from somebody else yet, 99 out of 100 times it's gonna be shit. It's important for stuff to like have a vibe, whatever that's gonna be, you know? And to just like put out tunes for the sake of it just because you want something new out there that's got your name on it. Not really what I try to do, you know? It's like futuristic, you know, but it's urban, so it's like now, but it's later at the same time. That's kind of what Blade Runner pulled off too, you know? Like, it's a familiar setting, it's Los Angeles, it's downtown, like we all know that, but also it's like flying cars and all these other things going on. Like drum and bass is that. If I do something that I think is dope, but it's not really what I want for Project 51, that doesn't necessarily mean it's dead, you know? Like maybe there's somebody that's been asking me for tunes for a while and I haven't had like the right thing for them. You know, it's like, oh, finally they're gonna dig this and it's right for their label, you know what I mean? So let it go where it wants to go. If it feels like there's not really a vibe there, learn what you can learn from what you did, you know, and then carry on with the next tune, you know? But it's all about trying to find that vibe, however that happens. For that style of music, I also think that there's not too many places for it, so it's important for me as a label to take that risk to keep the American scene developing, so it all makes sense. When I got my first sequencer, he came in to do audio in it, MIDI only. Think about that to now. I mean, they have sequencers out there that don't do MIDI and only do audio. So, I mean, the power of the computer is absolutely blown up to a point that we all hoped would come, but didn't think would happen this quick. It's super crazy right now. I mean, this is what we all wanted, basically, was for it to not be looked at as not music. And that took a lot of convincing, man. And, you know, like the same with hip hop, I think at the beginning, they had the same problems. You know, people didn't think it was real music because they were using instruments that they weren't familiar with, you know, like samplers, drum machines. Same thing, you know, we're embracing technology and people aren't used to it, so they're like, what is that? They don't think it's music. But now it's finally shifting and it's almost like that's more music than what was because people's lives are so revolved around technology now that everyone can relate to it, you know? Coming from different kinds of backgrounds dictates your influences, dictates what you're attracted to. All different for different people. You got a lot of middle-class white kids in the dance scene right now. And there's definitely a place for that, you know? I'm coming more from like troubled youth, I guess, but there's a place for all of it, you know? Everything else aside, the talent is what matters. If that's your life and you're gonna be doing that from the time you're young till the time you die, and you actually have talent, there's some point in your life where someone's gonna notice. Are you real with yourself and able to accept constructive criticism? And some people are just stuck in a bubble, you know? Like, you watch American Idol, there's people on there that really think that they're dope singers. Like, they really, really believe it. And when half the problem is their family and friends have just been telling them that they're good the whole time. That doesn't help anybody get better, you know what I mean? It's just one of those things where some people will get bored of it, some people realize they're no good, some people will think they're good and they're not, and some people will actually be good and be doing this till they're dead, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of cats that we just learned about are gonna be those people, you know? So time will tell.